Hello and welcome to this video of the online course Wilderness Navigation Masters, where you will learn how to estimate your walking time just from your topographic map. Now that you know your terrain on your map, you have to sort it to three categories: flat parts, uphill parts, and downhill parts. Why? Because your speed going on a flat terrain differentiates from your speed going uphill or downhill. Now that you know your total distance going on flat terrain and total elevation difference, not distance going uphill and total elevation difference going downhill, all you have to do is to apply this formula, which is if you are new and you don't know your walking speed on each type of terrain, flat, uphill or downhill, you can get an approximate idea from this table. These walking speeds are just averages for a hiker with a backpack that is a little bit overloaded, hiking on an easy trail, the usual scenario for most beginners. Now that you know the theory, let's apply that in a hike example. Our trip consists of a round-trip hike that starts from the point A. Like I've said before, the first thing to do to estimate your walking time is to cut the flat parts from the uphill parts from the downhill parts. This is my results. The first 0.37 mile part is flat terrain. The second part of 500 feet is an uphill part. And the next part of 340 feet is definitely a downhill part. And the last part consists of a flat terrain. So to estimate our walking time on flat parts, we have 0.37 mile plus 1 mile equal 1.37 mile. Knowing that our average estimated walking speed on flat terrain is 3 miles per hour, our estimated walking time is 1.37 mile times 60 divided by 3 miles per hour equal 27.4 minutes. For the uphill part, our average speed is 0.21 miles per hour. After we convert the 500 feet to mile, we get 0.094 mile. Now it's the same thing.
0.094 mile
Times 60 divided by 0.21 miles per hour equal 26.8 minutes. For the downhill part, we have 340 feet converted to mile. It's 0.064 mile. We will apply the same formula. 0.064 mile times 60 divided by
0.31 miles per hour
equals 20.4 minutes. So our total hike duration without any rest will be 73 minutes. This is how we do it. Now you will ask me, but how do we differentiate between a flat, an uphill and the downhill parts? This is a good question. Any slope below 7% it's considered a flat terrain, and anything above that it's considered an uphill or a downhill. I know, you will ask me, but how do I know this percentage thing? It's easy. First method, you can just estimate based on contour lines. And the second method consists of applying this formula, which is slope in percentage equals 100 times elevation in feet divided by distance in feet. So to recap what we've just seen, 1. You have to sort all of the flat parts together, the uphill parts, then the downhill parts. Here, with experience, you will start knowing how to differentiate between the different parts just from seeing the topography. 2. Apply this formula with the walking speed of 3 miles per hour for flat parts, 0.21 miles per hour for uphill parts, and 0.34 miles per hour for downhill parts. And like that, you will get your estimated walking time. Don't forget that this time is without any rest. For the first exercise, I want you to sort the flat, uphill and downhill parts using only your estimation, without the SLAP formula. In the second exercise, I want you to go on a hike and measure your walking speed on flat terrain, going uphill and going downhill, with infos about your hike like the weather conditions, the terrain conditions, and the weight of your backpack, etc. Doing that, you will be more accurate on your walking time estimations next time. That's all for this video. Don't forget that you can share with us in the comment section below your walking time averages for multiple terrains. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.